just take my time. I'm always in such a rush. They hate when I speak my mind. Maybe I said too much, but she knows how hard it gets. Living in this life of lust, you never really know what's next, but it never seems to be enough. I hear them hating, but I don't even need them. I started in the basement, I make this shit look easy. She started getting naked, we hardly ever speak, and just get to going crazy. She don't wanna play these games with me, so now she got a taste of it. She wanna ride this wave with me. Remember I was wasted, girl. You can't put the blame on me. Losing our minds. Do this every night. Can you just unwind with me? Just lay with me. Just take my time. Always in such a rush. Hey, when I speak my mind, maybe I said too much. She knows how hard it gets. Living in this life of lust, you never really know what's next, but it never seems to be enough. Just lay with me. Just take my time. Always in such a rush. Hey, when I speak my mind, maybe I said too much. She knows how hard it gets. Living in this life of lust, you never really know what's next, but it never seems to be enough.
Oh my gosh. Yep, so tonight's not going to be like any other night. There's no game. There is no game tonight. And I don't mean that as in we're playing the game called There Is No Game. I quite literally mean we are not playing games today. I am setting Yep, we are just setting some stuff up, and you guys are just here. You guys are here. This is gonna be a really like semi-boring stream. This is if you want to like talk to me, you can talk to me. If you want to talk to each other, you can talk to each other. But I am not playing any games. The interview is in regards to a compliance position for like sterile compounding. So it's just like it's like a low level management role. He throw himself under the bus. Jesus. Probably go like 18. First question should be pretty simple. This page is going to be more so for me. Every page after this is probably going to be for the interviewer. I guess I'm also interviewing them. So I guess it's just, like, I guess the other ones are going to be for, like, the employer, not necessarily me. This one's probably just going to be me. This is, like, the questions I'm going to have for them, like, kind of during the interview, and then we'll have some questions after that. Sounds like a darkie to me is fucking crazy. How many grilled cheeses can you eat in a minute? Are you like asking that as a general question? I could probably eat like, yeah, probably 2 or 3. We have how many? No, I kind of want to space that out a little bit. We'll kind of, I guess we'll double space it. Like just double space literally everything, yeah. Okay, cool. How many clean room staff? Yeah, I fucking spelled that awfully, holy shit. Personnel, I'm tired, by the way. Can you eat saltines without water? Yes. Yes. The interviewer taking it very seriously when I asked them how many grilled cheeses they can eat. Jesus Christ. Clean room staff, personnel. Does the facility board? What else? There's definitely more. Okay, never mind. I realize that double spacing is gonna fucking make me want to kill myself. We'll go 1.15. And I'll just, yeah, I'll space them out like this. What next? Oh, yes, of course. Did the last compliance technician leave or were they terminated? And if so, was it due to a compliance or recertification failure? Event of recertification failure. How many points failed? And what points were failed? Let me put on some music. You guys are probably just sitting there in like complete silence. That's probably super duper boring for you guys. There, some music should be much better. Can I really ask about other person certification failure points? If this is why I ask. If I'm going to be the compliance technician, I need to know what points have failed, because so when we talk about certification failure points, we're talking about the clean room, right? So a compliance technician's job is to ensure that both the staff, like the clean room staff and the clean rooms themselves, like the buffer and ante rooms at the top, are recertified every 6 months. So it's not necessarily that the compliance technician failed their certification, it's more likely that the ante rooms or the buffer rooms failed their certifications. And if that's the case, I do need to know, because it means that I need to do an overhaul of our procedure for that, right? In the event that those things failed, I need to know before I even start. Like, I need to know in the interview, because that tells me how much work I need to do going into it. So I can't just sit here and I can't just sit there and not ask. What is a clean room? Great question. So a clean room is a room that is specifically ventilated and pressured to remove particles from the air. So there are two types of clean rooms used in compounding. There's an ante room and a buffer room. What separates the two is that an ante room, you go in before you go into a buffer room. It's like the stage 1 prep room, and it is ISO class 7. If I recall correctly, that is, I want to say either 100 or 1,000 times. Hold on. What ISO class is normal air? Normal air is ISO class 9, so the ante room is 100 times cleaner than normal air, and then the buffer room is 100 times cleaner than that. The buffer room is the compounding area. There is no decontamination room, although if you ask me, that should be a thing, but those are really expensive and most pharmacies aren't gonna get those. But yes, so each time you go down in ISO class, you are removing 10 times the particles from the air. So, for example, normal air is ISO 9, and it is 1 million particles, I think, per like inch of air, like cubic inch of air. And then you have 100 times less in an ante room, and then 100 times less from that in a buffer room. And then I want to say that the hood is even cleaner, if I recall. Right, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. I gotta have like fire questions, because I'm actually really surprised that this is an interview that I got, because I don't have the necessary experience, like in terms of length, like time. But I have leadership experience, and then I have the sterile compounding experience, so I'm sure that's the only reason they're giving me this chance, so I really have to kill the interview. Like, I have to show them that I'm gonna be probably the best that they're gonna get, regardless of the amount of time I've spent in the role. And go ahead, second stupid question, go ahead. Why are you removing so many particles from the air? Forgive me if I'm a dumbass, but aren't most of the stuff just handling pills? So you stop handling pills when you get into sterile compounding. You're no longer counting pills, you're mixing liquid chemicals together. Yeah. There are levels of pharmacy. So, like normal pharmacies, yeah, you're just counting pills. Then non-sterile compounding, you you can make pills, you can make powder, you can make creams, paste, ointments, and then sterile compounding is you make injectables. So like testosterone, someone has to compound that. What got you into this field? Did you have an interest, or does it just pay well? Normal pharmacy technicians do not get paid well. You have to get extra schooling like I did in order to start making actual money. What got me into this field, my end goal is design medication, is to design my own medication. So I am getting my background in pharmacy done now, and then I'm going to be getting my doctorate in pharmacy and my medical doctorate so that I can open up my own research lab. I'm trying to think, like, what, there's got to be more that I can ask him, obviously. Like, it's kind of imperative that I really kill this shit. Are you gonna make K-Corp ampules? I might. Should replace the NS for doctor, but I'm not a doctor. Like, not yet at least. Can you make a medication that gives the ability to read back to PM fans? I fucking wish, dude. I fucking wish. It's actually chronic. It's chronic and hereditary. So if you have kids, they're not reading either. I'm sorry. You doomed your bloodline the moment you got into Project Moon. Nobody in your family is ever going to be able to read. Go, my reading comprehension devil? No, literally. Oh shit, come on. I need to think. Fuck. Failed. Door. Demarcation. Am I spelling this right? Yeah, I did spell it right. Okay, cool. But I played all the Project Moon games. I must know reading. Wait, what are these little scribbles on my screen? A good fucking question. What are the little scribbles on your screen? I don't know. We gotta save that clip of Crisis screaming in Arena for when he becomes a doctor. That's fucking funny. Temperature, humidity, and pressure, and what, if any, software are you using to archive the data? Are you utilizing software or binders to log recertification dates and signatures?
Finally finished this shit, man. I've been working on this since forever. 6 p.m. But
Where's my notebook? Where the hell is my notebook? Oh, here it is. Okay. Now, shit. Where's my files? Chips and crisps. Please hand me my telephone. God, save the queen. Whichever they mix with my pea brain. Thank you, good sir. Good God, it's good. Okay. Gotta tell me, lady, about this.
I guess we'll get there as we kind of get through it, right? Bro, deadass, the LOR modding scene has fucking died. I'd bet. Wait, what else do you do if the cleanroom certification is every half a year? Well, remember how I asked this question? Yeah, if everybody has to get it done, like, every 6 months, they're not all being done at the same time. So it's gonna be like probably a couple every week or something like that, depending on how many people are doing it there. And then if I have multiple buffer and anti-rims, then I have to recertify them at different times. I have to log this stuff daily. Like this stuff I have to log daily. Every once in a while I have to do the surface sampling. I also have to create procedures and stuff for the other pharmacy technicians, which is what I'm going to be outlining here, right? Not only do I have the provisional questions, but I'm also going to be writing a rebuild series of procedures, standard operating procedures, just a bunch of stuff. We're gonna be going through a lot of stuff. It's gonna be a long process. They gave me 2 whole days to prepare for this interview, so yeah. And the interview is tomorrow at like 9 in the morning. So that's fun. I thought I set the margin already. Jesus Christ.
Finally finished this shit, man. I've been working on this since forever. 6 p.m. but
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Where's my notebook? Where the hell is my notebook? Oh, here it is. Okay. Now, shit, where's my cup of tea? Chips and crisps. Please hand me my telephone. God, save the queen. Remember the lyrics with my Tell me, lady, about this liquor. All of Britain is gonna go crazy after I show up and I'm
Dash 1. You can usually tell how bad something is gonna go by how many days you have to prepare. I remember back when I still did karate and I had like 2 to 3 weeks to prepare for testing. Yeah, I bet. Will they make me use Microsoft Excel? I have no idea. If I had to, though, I could. I haven't used Excel in a long time, but if I had to, I probably could. What am I gonna call this? You know what? You know what? Let's just go with a 0.0 for this. You go with the 16. See, overview of activity and procedure. Let's go with a 13. And we'll go here. We're gonna go with a 14. You should work with the compliance manager and pharmacist in charge. Charged to determine a continuous quality improvement plan of action for the sterile compound. And is constituents? Is constituents a good word here? I hate programming Excel because I use Google spreadsheets more and it's not too similar, but just enough that it's annoying to remember both. I hate Excel, but only because I don't know how to actually use it to its full potential, so it's mostly my fault. That's fair. I don't have any strong feelings about Excel. I haven't used it since my dual credit class 2 years ago. Also fair. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. So here's an interesting take. If I get this position, we may be able to do a few longer streams. Here and there, we may be able to stream a little bit more if I got this position. Because it makes so much money. I wouldn't have to work as much as I do currently. So that'd be nice. More time with you guys. So let's get this shit good, you know? Let's make it good. Let's make it right. I think we can do a great job here. That's right. I need to check and see if I'm using the right word here. Constituents. A component, part of something. Constituency. Patron. So, patron maybe. Show the facility and its staff. We'll just use the word staff. Within the scope of a compliance technician, work with the compliance manager and the pharmacist in charge to determine a continuous quality improvement plan of action for the sterile compounding department in order to ensure that the facility and its staff meet but exceeds standards laid forth in the, I want to say it's 797. Yep, sterile.
12 a.m. on the dot. Finally finished this shit, man. I've been working on this since forever. 6 p.m.
Yep, sterile. USP chapter 797 guidelines. Okay, let's read that again. Within the scope of a compliance technician, work with the compliance manager and pharmacist in charge to determine a continuous quality improvement plan of action for the sterile compounding department in order to ensure that the facility and its staff not only meet but exceed the standards laid forth in the USP Chapter 797 guidelines. Procedure. This may include limited to interview individual facility.
got my mind whipped. And the way that I think about her was toxic. Cause sometimes I don't even try to use logic.
Documentation of incidents and or yes. Incidents. Keeping You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bold all of the references of specific people within, like, all of the different roles that I mentioned will be bolded. Alliance technician. I mean, you gotta get fancy with this stuff, dude. If you're ever going for like a serious position or anything that's like a genuine step up, like you want to make sure you're doing it right. Like you gotta make sure you're doing it right. Especially the less experience that you have, the more you have to make up with it with like wow factors like this. Like they're not gonna expect me to walk in there with a binder of like just straight fucking procedures. Straight fucking procedures. Like, who the fuck walks into an interview with an overview of what they would do? Like, just a straight up fucking binder of shit that they would do if they got the position. Like, you tell me, because I don't know anyone that could do that shit. Like, I'm dead ass about to walk in there with a fucking bunch of, like, just a straight fucking stack of papers saying, yeah, this is what I would do if you got me in here. Like, I plan on killing this shit. When I walk into that interview, I want them to sit there and be like, I want them to think, are they interviewing me or am I interviewing them? Like, that's how I want to fucking walk into that interview. I gotta go in there with the fucking, like, I gotta go in from a position of power. Like, I can't be the one getting interviewed. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna want me. And that's how it's gonna have to be. To be reviewed by the ANC manager. Let's read this over so far. Within the scope of a compliance technician, work with the compliance manager and pharmacist in charge to determine a continuous quality improvement plan of action for the sterile compounding department in order to ensure the facility and its staff not only meet but exceed the facility and its staff not only to Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna start over. Within the scope of a compliance technician, work with the compliance manager and pharmacist in charge to determine a continuous quality improvement plan of action for the sterile compounding department in order to ensure that the facility and its staff not only meet but exceeds the standards laid forth in the USP Chapter 797 guidelines. This may include, but not be limited to, the interviewing of staff, individual and broad scope testing of the facility and its staff, documentation of the incidents and or near miss incidents, and record keeping of all of the above by the compliance technician, to be reviewed by the compliance manager, and to be viewed and shared by the pharmacist in charge in order to reinforce the setting and raising of standards throughout the facility. Is the font of within the scope of a, this is Times New Roman, and work with the, no, all of it's Times New Roman. Everything is Times New Roman. I don't type in anything but Times New Roman. This will create and reinforce the direct, enforce a direct line of communication. Yeah, I know. It's such a good option, dude. It's such a good option. More efficiently. And reinforce a direct line of communication between the compliance division and the pharmacist in charge in order to more efficiently enact new procedure, enact procedure, and or reinforce existing procedure within the facility. This will create and reinforce new procedures. Yeah, this will create and reinforce a direct line of communication between the compliance division and the pharmacist in charge in order to more efficiently enact new procedures and or reinforce existing procedure within the facility. Yeah, no, both of those suck. Yeah, no, it's just a solid font, honestly. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll raise this to 20. I'm gonna go ahead and put this to 18. And then we will take this, we'll do 16, and we will do a 1.5 spacing. We will then do, can we get like page numbers? I'd like page numbers if at all possible.
Man, I'm living proof that you don't need a bunch of shit. You need to go to a studio. I made all this shit in my kitchen, man. Trumpet goes hard. Might be a saxophone. 12 a.m.
Yeah, the issue with small though is that if I do it too small,
I've been working on this.
then what ends up happening is there's a lot of space left on the page. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Come here, just put like 1. Yeah, anything lower than that would be over here. Good. this is 18 bold and italics, so we're gonna do, is it really? No, this is 20 in bold, okay. This is going to be the review. No, yeah, review of applying for a compliance manager job or a job as a U.S. Secretary of Health. Well, actually, I am a compliance technician. It's like a low grade leadership role in compliance, and then after that, like, I'm pretty sure I go up to compliance manager. Move procedure. And then I believe we are running 16, running 16 1.5. Charge. Kanye thumbnail jump scare? Yeah, for real. Every once in a while. Consider stricter. There's a word for this. A stricter revision of the procedure. Procedure. I'm gonna go with example 1. Failure point, error. Mold identifiable as dirt. Vision considered.
Man, I'm living proof that you don't need a bunch of shit and to go to a studio. I made all this shit in my kitchen, man. Trumpet goes hard. Might be a saxophone.
Do I really give this this info up though? Because this is stuff that I actually do know and could be valuable. Like could be valuable IP.
Shit, man. I've been working on this since
Questions, chat. I think so. I think this is pretty standard stuff.
Where's my notebook? Where the hell is my notebook? I call you.
More. So to don and to doff essentially means like putting on and off your protective equipment. So when you don something, like you don a suit, right? Like you're putting on a suit. Or like when you don a weapon, right? And then doffing is the reverse. So you're taking off, like it's just on and off. Durability to specific
finish this shit, man. I've been
Ooh, actually, this isn't technically.
6 p.m. but
This isn't technically one for the donning and doff procedure, but I will keep it for later. This is man coming up with random ass names. To be clear, it's 10:47, so I'm using the tired excuse. It's fair. That is perfectly fair. Hold on real quick. Da-da-da-da-da. Crisis, are you free? I'm not answering that question, bro. There are minors in this chat. Oh, fuck. Bouffants. What's another good one?
man, I'm living proof that you don't need a bunch of shit. You can go to a studio. I made all this shit in my kitchen, man. Trouble is hard. Might be a saxophone. 12 a.m. on the dot. Finally finished this shit, man. I've been working on this since forever. Well, 6 p.m. but
Why should I even accept this job offer if I get it? That's how I feel sometimes.
change. shit. When it comes to love, I'll be a convict. Cause I'm guilty of pleasure, she got my mind whipped. And the way that I think about her was toxic.
For the, if you were an interviewer and you got asked that, how would you respond?
Present, I feel psychotic. I'm addicted to you like you were narcotic. Crack me
I mean, I guess that depends on what they're applying for, right? Like, if it was like some cashier that asked me that, I'd just be like, you don't have to, bro. There are plenty of other cashier jobs out there, dog. It really just depends on what they're applying for. This is gonna be 20 bull. Build 0.2. Right, this is 18. Yeah, it's 18. Yeah, I can't fucking spell maintenance to save my life, actually. Maintenance. Okay, cool. Yikes. It's rough out here in these streets, chat. Maintaining gunts. Wait, no. I'm saying is fuck the interviewer gonna do when I do what Crisis is doing, but all written in alien language. Yeah, that'd be fucking ridiculous. Thanks to everyone for coming out tonight. I really do appreciate that. Y'all are literally just sitting here watching me type up a fucking Just some fucking work documents. That's crazy, bro. Y'all are for real for that. Y'all are the goats. I need one more example. How's everyone's night going so far? Alright, cool. Boy. Oh, my music stopped. What the fuck? Lame. Gangring, are you on Roblox? No, I'm not on Roblox. You see what I'm doing? How the fuck would I be on Roblox? Sorry, cleaner maintenance, Dawn officer. Totally sleep now. Good luck on your interview. I'm sure your powerful charisma and preparedness will overwhelm the interviewers. I hope so, man. Thanks a lot, dude. I really appreciate it. Have a good night, man. Sleep well. I'm saying Crisis is next announcement, but if I got the job, dude, I fucking hope so, man. I fucking hope so, dude. I'm gonna try and get out at least five of the rebuild series documents done, and just say like, hey, look, man, this is just a provisional. Like this is just something I whipped up last night just to show you what I could do, right? Just to show you what I could do. Just a little taste, right? Certifications. Documentation of your certifications and live. Crisis, who got good sleep is a force to be reckoned with. I know, bro. I know. Reinstruction of aseptic Consider reinstruction of aseptic technique for individual. Possible. Alongside Compliance Manager, review and go over the procedure for documentation of recertifications and logging of daily cleanroom values. In event of recertification, individual will fail your point alongside Compliance Manager and pharmacist in charge. Consider reinstruction of aseptic technique for the personnel member responsible. In event of cleanroom value discrepancy, alongside Compliance Manager and pharmacist in charge in conjunction with Facility Director, consider next steps in case of pattern recognizable. Yeah, it's just one unacceptable. You. Just stay consistent, bro. Techniques prior to installment personnel. No one ever answered my question. How are we doing tonight, guys? How's everyone feeling? You know, what if I do just these three? What if I just do these three and tell them, like, hey, look, I could do, this is just what I whipped up in like 30 minutes last night. And if you wanna see more, then you'll just have to pull me in. Like, you'll just have to push me, like, you just have to give me the position. Like, this is what I did in 30 minutes in one night. Imagine what I could do as my job, as my position. It's like 37-ish minutes.
You don't need a bunch of shit. Go to a studio. I made all this shit in my kitchen, man. Trumpet goes hard. Might be a saxophone.
Okay, light work. Vision considerable.
4 a.m. on the dot. Finally finished this shit, man. I've been working on this since forever. 6 p.m. but
Yeah, because they already have 4 sheets. I don't need to give them a 5th. Yep, we will print these out. Yeah, this is going to be nice. This is going to be it, chat. My arms are starting to get a little bit smaller because I'm not able to work out as much. Hopefully I can fix that with this new job, right guys? If I work less, make the same amount of money, work out a little bit more. It might be nice. Might be nice, chat. Ugh. Clients. Rebuild. Conditionals. Right. Alright, guys. That's gonna be it tonight. I really do need to get some sleep because I gotta get up really early in the morning to make this shit happen. But yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. You guys did not have to come in. And I totally understand if you guys thought the stream was boring, and I do apologize for that, but you know, I just had a little bit going on, but I still wanted to come out, you know, I still wanted to talk to you guys. Next stream is going to be Friday. It's going to be whatever we want to do. Could be game night, could be Limbus Company, could be whatever the fuck, it doesn't really matter. I'll put a poll up sometime soon. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. If you could, please like the stream so we can get out to a few more people. But as usual, guys, keep moving forward.